Oh yeah. What about you? What? I mean, hang on. Time out just one sec. Mike, thank you for the stars. You fucking rock. Sorry. Ian, how about you hop in, brother?
Yeah, exactly the same. Guns N' Roses. I think "Sweet Child of Mine." Everyone heard that, and then found the album, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then I went down a bit more of a more chilled indie route. Like John will tell you, indie bands in Manchester, your Oasis, Stone Roses, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I love that kind of stuff because as soon as I heard it, I just knew. I thought I can do that. I can write these songs. Bizarre arrogance. I don't know what it is, but I just knew. I thought I've just got to buy a guitar and
Go for
work
it.
it out a little bit. So
Yeah.
it was the simplicity of them kind of songs. And the weirdest thing is, I kind of brought myself up playing guitar on Oasis songs, and I thought we'd sound a little bit like Oasis. But the only song that really sounds like an Oasis song is one that John wrote. And you're not even that big of an Oasis fan, are you, mate?
Yeah, they're all right.
They're all right.
Uh
They're all
oh.
right.
They're a wonder.
Yeah. And that's funny you say that, Ian, because you've written some punky tunes that really I should have written. So it's, I don't know.
Yeah, you're much, you know your punk inside out, and there's a couple of songs. Well, there's one song on each album that you would call punk songs, and I wrote them. It should have been you writing them and me writing the Oasis songs, but it's weird how it works.
Well, fuck it, man. But you guys made it work. Sounds great. So shit. And what about you, Tom? What's some of your influences? I see a fucking massive Queen thing there in the back. So.
Yeah, that's a bit of a giveaway, I suppose. Yeah. So when I a lot of my music's been influenced by my parents. To be honest, I was brought up with a lot of good music. But when I started drumming in my teens, I began with like AC/DC because I just taught myself to play the drums. I loved AC/DC, and then it was kind of a bit samey. And then I started listening to Queen a lot, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. Roger Taylor's drumming, and since then I love all sorts of things like The Darkness, heavier stuff like Motorhead, Iron Maiden, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And then weird stuff like folk rock, I like Fairport Convention, which no one's ever heard of, but it's like that's where my sort of more percussion-y kind of things come into play. I even like things like the Bee Gees. I like all sorts of shite.
Just everything across the board.
Yeah, I think that's quite good because we're playing. I'm not saying I can play everything. I'm definitely not saying that, but I'm influenced by a lot, so I don't just sound like a drummer. Hopefully, I sound like I've got a lot of influences, which I have.
Yeah, but having those influences makes you just a more well-rounded musician. Because I was brought up on the like soft rock. For me, it was soft rock, and I'm gonna say it. People would be like, no, it wasn't. But Van Halen, Journey, Foreigner, those are the bands that my dad listened to. And then I found this fucking record in the garage. I dusted it off, and it had a big blue owl on it. And up top, it said Rush. And at the bottom, it said Fly By Night. And then I just fucking dove into it. And then rock and roll became a huge thing. And then Misfits happened. And I was like, oh, all right, it's fucking on. So then and from there, it went nuts. But then I graduated to punk music because you go to a heavy metal show and it's awesome. People are dancing, it's fun, but they're, and some of them will even mosh together. It's a blast. But you go to a punk show and it is all out fucking warfare. I mean, it is just, and what's great about it is it looks insane on camera, but you don't see anyone getting hurt. And if someone does get hurt, that person stops and they're like, hold up, and they pick them up. Heavy metal concerts, dude, it's off limits. I mean, holy shit, they'll step on each other's heads, dude. There's no, like a Slipknot concert, oh my fuck, or a Mudvayne, or Godsmack, all those bands, dude, are just wild to me. They're great musicians, but the concerts are wild. And you guys, it has been an absolutely fucking killer interview with you tonight. I mean, holy shit, thank you for bearing with me for the technical difficulties that we have every fucking show. But I have one more question. This will be an individual question for each one of you. And we will start with Ian on this one. And then we'll go to Tom, and then we'll finish up with John. All right, so with that being said, Ian, a lot of people are going to come back and watch this video. They'll look for you know, hints, tips, advice, or they just want to watch it for fun to lift up their spirits. So with that being said, and I want to hear this too, and don't do a cop-out answer like saying be yourself and be free and don't listen to what people say about you and take a piss. You know, don't listen to don't say that. You know, I want you to actually give a quality message, okay? So with that being said, what is your message to the indie community?
Oh, yeah. No, good question.
Slapped on the spot.
It's hard right now because great things like Spotify, you know, people can listen to our music in Japan. It's great. But the problem is everyone can get the music out there. So there's so much music.
Yep.
The best thing is people initially don't like what you do, you know, you don't fit in. I think that's a great thing. That means you've got your own uniqueness and, you know, stick to that kind of path. What I would say with people in the band, you've got to get people who turn up. You know, if people aren't grafters and if you're on a mission to make this happen, then even if they might even not, you know, not be Van Halen on the guitar or whatever, you know, but it matters more about the person rather than anything else.
Reliability.
Yeah, and lastly, the songwriting. What I found is you might be halfway through a song and think it might not be working, still finish the song because you'll learn more. You'll learn how to finish a song. You know, there might be an outro that you've never even thought before. So always finish your songs. Get in with the right people, and if you don't sound like anyone else, that's a good thing.
Hell yeah, man! I love that. That's a great message. Great message. And Tom, what about you, brother?
So I would say like the indie community is my advice would be if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, go back to like the old days, start going to actual real gigs. You know, like Ian said, you can get music from anywhere now for nothing.
Yeah.
Bands don't get any money from that music. But go and actually see and support these bands because without that, we've got nothing really. And if you're in a band, an important thing I would say is just keep going with it. You know, we've played to a crowd that's less than the band. You know, we played to like 2 or 3 people, and it's just fucking do it. Don't just go, oh, I'm not doing this. We always say, oh, it's a free rehearsal or it's a paid rehearsal. And some of those gigs we've done, we've played absolutely brilliantly. And even if just one of those people might just go away and look us up, and then it's just that one person, that's another fan. And for the actual sort of band as well, you know, if there's someone in the band who's, you know, making it a toxic atmosphere, don't be afraid to speak up because a band only works if you're all in it for the same thing. If one of you aren't in it, it's going to bring you all down.
I agree, man. Wow, look at these messages. Well, holy shit, you guys are bringing some fire to the table. John, what do you got?
Basically, what you were talking about, that punk rock ethos, and Ian is a big one for this. We'll play a gig with some band on the bill. He'll stay in touch with them, and he'll get gigs together, and then we'll all become friends, and we'll support each other. And it's not just sucking each other off, like, oh, I like your post, you listen to my Spotify. It's none of that shit. Right. It's helping each other. And like even what's a good studio to go? I'll go to that studio, speak to this guy. Can I borrow your amp? Of course you can, mate. Helping each other out. Oh, fucking, we're stuck on this song idea. And I think especially where we've based ourselves in Manchester in the north of England, where everyone's really down to earth, blue collar, working class people. All the bands, most of the bands, you get your prima donnas, but most of the bands help each other out, carry each other's gear, give each other ideas, get each other on the bill. And I think if more bands did that, especially in small towns, you can get a scene going. You get a scene going, you get a buzz going, and then you'll get people all in together, and doesn't give a shit what fucking age or race or what background, you're all in it together. It's that punk rock, that's that whole punk rock mentality that Joe Strummer sort of preached to the people. I think that's what I would say.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, I agree. You know, because coming together, man, it's a lot better, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I started the show. You know, you don't really see a lot of negative commentary, you know, in the chat. And from the start, you know, I feel like it just, I was just kind of like shoving positivity down people's throats until it kind of caught on. And then now everybody's just saying whatever they want to say, but they're not being a dick about it. You know, so if the song was bad, you know, people aren't saying, man, this song is shit. They're saying, hey, man, the recording is just a little bit off. You should turn up this and maybe turn this down and things like that. So there's nobody really calling it shit. They're just giving you ideas, like you said, to help get better. And I think that's a huge thing. You know, leave the negativity at the fucking door and just, you know, keep the positivity flowing and, you know, always help somebody next to you and don't be a dick. It's a great message.
Yeah. Don't be a dick. That's the
that's the main message from Gallaher's Green, everybody. Don't be a dick. All right, gents. It's been an absolutely killer fucking interview. You guys have a great fucking night, and thank you so much again.
Cheers, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace. Have a good one.
Inviting us on.
Hell yeah, brother. That was Gallaher's Green, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Wow, what a fucking good group of people, man. Wow. So humble. Very, very good musicians. You know, great ideas, great messages. Man, I love doing this shit. There are some truly, truly wonderful fucking people out there in the world. Damn. And there's some kick-ass fucking music. Ugh. Yes. Yes.